I do think that we, that is the Palmerston North people, but also the other rallies around New Zealand 7 months ago, forced some progress towards better public information. We're getting platitudes from government ministers. I don't take any hope from their messages, but I do think they are hearing us, and I think therefore we've got to keep making sure we are heard in the hope that we achieve the sorts of things we think that ought to be achieved. And so our collective stand here today to try and further convince the government to move this thing in a common sense way. We are citizens who can think and help, and we want to. If we're going there, let's make the best of it. I'm not sure we should be going there, but if we are going there, let's get something survivable if we possibly can. It's got to be an agreement that's acceptable widely to the public at large, not to a little cabal that meets in Wellington or more riskily Auckland every now and again. I can understand, somebody talked about that negotiations ought to be public, and they're not. And I can understand in a kind of way, having been caught up in negotiations off and on during my working life, that negotiating in public so that everything is debated through the media point by point is actually pretty wasteful of time, energy and intellect. Better to trade a little bit here and a little bit there and get a sensible overall agreement if you can, but not to concede things just to get an agreement. It's got to be an agreement you can stand up and be proud about, that you are happy to explain to your children and grandchildren is a good deal. And so my real difficulty is that I don't believe there's any genuine commitment by government to us, the citizens, to be able to let us see the final draft text before somebody even initials it as a sign of good faith. I think we've got to push the government and keep pushing the government to let us, the citizens, see the proposed text so we can comment on it with a chance to influence events before it even gets initialed.